This is Jim and Rinda with Regenerate, Don't Degenerate. I'm going to apologize right now for the audio on this. I got all finished, looked at my microphone, and realized it was not turned on. Wow. Typical newbie, not really thinking about what you're doing mistake. I apologize for that. Nevertheless, we're going to get started with some exercises here in just a little bit. And this is going to be a great day. Now, yesterday we did some lower body exercises. Today we're going to be doing some lower body stretches. Before we get started, please make sure that you've done some warm-up. Now, as we get going here, we're gonna start doing some stretches that's going to be taking care of the our shins and our hamstrings. So we're going to be leaning up against the wall. We've got our rear foot pressed tightly into the floor, heel down, and it's back, and we're pushing hard and we're stretching it out. We're going to stretch this one leg for a while, and then we'll be getting the other leg stretched. Now, you know, these are the big muscles in our body, some of the biggest of what we have on our legs at this point, and we use them a lot, especially with the kind of exercises. We're switching legs now, so switch to the other side. And like I always say, if you can't hold it as long or push it as far as what you see us doing, that's fine. Do as much as you can, and then take it easy for a little bit. The idea is consistency here. You want to keep yourself working at it. We're going to switch legs. We're going to go back to the other leg. Once again, these are muscles that are so important to work out, so we're going to get them well stretched. We need them really well stretched. And once again, now if you're trying to fudge on this and not having warmed up, these aren't going to do you near as good. And really, you have the chance maybe of straining or hurting those muscles a bit. We're switching legs again. So don't do this without being warmed up. So stop the video right now and get yourself set up so that you can be warmed up and able to get the most you can from these exercises. You see Oliver, he got a haircut earlier today. He's looking good. We're going to be going down for the rest of these exercises. We're going to be down on the floor. Now we're going to be doing some hip flexors here. So we're going to be causing our hip area to be flexing for us, and so we're leaning forward on it and getting a good stretch in it, so both the front and the back side of our hip, but getting it stretched out there. So this isn't really doing much for the leg that's out front, but this is for the leg that's back in the back. Watch your posture, keep your core engaged, keep breathing, and let's get that stretched out. Now we're going to switch to the other side and get a good stretch in that other hip. Flex it on out. Once again, these are the big muscles in our body, and we use them for standing, for walking, for so much of what we do. And we get a lot of pain based on how our posture is set because our muscles aren't stretched out, aren't flexible, aren't pliable, aren't strong, and so we tend to deviate our posture as a result of how we're standing, and that puts stresses and strains on our back and on our legs. We feel a lot of those pains as we are standing incorrectly, and the muscles are being asked to do things that they're not used to doing, that they're not designed to do in the way that we're asking them to do it, and it hurts. We pull them too much, we stretch them too much, we have them in a position to where they're just knotted up. And this workout that we're doing, the stretching that we're doing, is helping them get in better shape to where they can handle things a little bit better. Now we're going to be stretching out some things in our back and a little bit in our legs as well. What I'm going to have Rinda show is how to use a pillow to help us if we can't go down all the way to our heels. If that's too much, it's too hard on us, and so we're not able to do the exercise. So we can put some cushioning in there. Now we're going to lean back, and this is stretching our hips in a different way than what we were stretching before. It's also going to be stretching a little bit on our gluteus is up, not the gluteus, but on the front side of our legs. So we want those muscles stretched up. This is a lot about the lower part of the back, the back side of the hips. So we're getting those stretched back. So lean back. Don't overdo it. Lean back as far as you can and do it as long as you can. When you start getting those twinges and it's hurting a little bit, back off. You don't want to be going to the hurt part. You want to feel good about what you're doing. If you have to break off early, that's fine. Just sit and relax. Now see, Rinda's quit before I have because she felt like she'd had enough. So that's important. That's important to keep in mind. So next we're going to be, if I remember right, yeah, we're doing the butterfly stretch. So get your feet put together if you can. Pull them in as tight as you can, and then push those knees to the floor. Push them down, sitting with your posture upright and straight, keeping that core engaged. But this is about getting your groin area stretched out, your legs stretched out, getting some flexibility to where you have a better range of motion. Your joints are better used to moving. Once again, if you can't go to the extent that Rinda and I are going, and Rinda's amazing with this particular movement, don't fret about it. Do as much of it as you can. Do it for as long as you can, and please don't let it hurt you. Do it till it's feeling like, yeah, I've had enough. Now Rinda's quitting early. I'm not sure why. She just realized she had just decided to quit before I was ready to quit. So here we go. Now we're going to be stretching out our legs a bit. So let's kind of spread them out to the side, but let's wiggle them around. So we're going to be pulling those toes back into us, and we're going to reach out to them if we can to pull them back. So we're pulling back. This is getting our ankles a little bit, but as we're bending forward, it's also working on our waist and the upper part of our legs. But we're going to pull those back. Now Rinda's suggesting, hey, we can work our toes. You know, that's a great idea while you're in this position, is move your toes back. I'm going to move them all back one at a time. And then when I'm done with that, I'm going to move them the other way. So let's just keep them to where they're flexible and pliable. You know, I still haven't learned how to get my toes to move the way I want. So let's take our feet now. We've been pulling them back, the toes back towards us. We're going to push them away from us at this point. So kind of stretch out the other side of the muscle set that have to do with the ankles. You know, on the exercises we did yesterday, we were strengthening the ankles. Now we're trying to stretch those out a little bit, and you know, we're doing what we can to help them get in better and better shape. So, and that's kind of what I'm explaining there. So I'm trying to remember everything I went through as I talked about this. So a little bit of resting here, catching our breath, so we can get ready for the next set of exercises that we're going to do. I'm trying to look at my chart to see what it is I have next. I need to get the chart up a little closer to me. Actually, this is a chart I need to improve. It's not quite as big as it needs to be. Rinda's going to go read it. I think I've got it. And what I'm not seeing is that, oh yeah, we need a chair. I just now realized that. That's why I couldn't figure it out. I wasn't recognizing that this one had a chair, and I was like, how do I do this one? And I'm like in my mind trying to figure it out, and Rinda got up close enough and reminded me, yeah, we used a chair to do this. I'm like, oh, okay. So we're going to get down on our back, kind of a prone position, using the chair as a place to rest our feet. But we're going to take one of our legs, doesn't matter which one you start with. You're going to hold it out to the side, stretch it out as best you can, and boy, that's going to give you some stretch in there. You're really going to feel it, which is good. Now, once again, take it out as far as you can. Don't hurt yourself, but hold it out there. Try to keep it as straight as you can. Mine's a little bit bent. I'm feeling pretty stiff. With the exercises we did yesterday and then the walking Rinda and I did today, I'm pretty stiff, so a little bit of that's going to help a lot. So I'm maneuvering around so I can get the other leg out there. So let's hold that out there. Let's stretch it out as best we can. Now maybe my leg is straight and it's just my pants are kind of bunching up, making it look like it's bent. So I am doing it good. I do have my leg going out like I need to. That's important. Let's get that leg out there. Let it start stretching. I think you can even do something to pull it back into you, and that can help a bit. So, but that's a good thing. So we're done with the chair. You don't have to get up yet. I got to get up and get this chair out of the way so we can continue on. And Move it on out of the way. There you go, chair. We're finished with you. So now we're going to down on our back. Going to have our legs slightly folded up. And wait a minute. What's this crossover thing? That's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, I remember what it is now. So we're going to put our legs down straight. And we're going to take one leg and cross it over the other. I'm going to do it one way. Rinda's going to show you a slightly different variation to do, but you can see this really gives you a very extreme stretch in those hips. Pretty important movement. I know for me, this is an area in my body that's really stiff and gives me a lot of trouble. And no matter how much I've exercised, it's remaining stiff. So I don't know if it's just my build or if it's left over from childhood. Now we're going to switch over to the other side. I need to have my leg out straight. I don't know why I'm not. I think I remember it part of the way through and get it straightened out. So the right form is that leg that's laying down, or that's sticking out, sticking down from my head should be out straight. Now Rinda's showing having it up in the air and kind of pulling it over. Mine's bent over and going on the floor. So I'm feeling a lot of stiffness, and that's why I bent it up, and that kind of helps it a little bit. So, adjust it as you need to. Do as much of the movement as you can do. That's the important factor. If you can't do it all, you can't do it all. But as you persist with this, your ability to do more and more of it's going to increase. Now we're going to be stretching out our, as you can see, the part of the leg I'm stretching out. So we're on one side, one leg straight out, and we're pulling the other one back as far as we can. Now, if you can't do much, do what you can do. But the more you can stretch it like you see me stretching it, the better off you are. But it's really getting a huge stretch in that leg. And Oliver, he thinks this is loving time, so he's going to do what he can. So he's not too bad. He doesn't ever lick me in the face, but he just kind of gets up close. So I'm going to spin around. You can just roll over to go to the other side. Rinda, she just kind of goes over there. Let's pull that leg back, and nice hard pull. So you're getting a great stretch in that leg. I'm thinking back to how this felt. It was really feeling good because we went for a pretty good walk. More of a walk than we've been doing. So we added a little bit. Really not that much. The weather was so great. We felt like we wanted to walk more. We're having some great weather right now. So lucky us, right? Anyway, I think Rinda's had enough. I've had enough. Oh, good. We're finished with that one. Let's go on to the next one, which is what? Let's do a drum roll. Let's see what Jim's going to do. We're going to go prone with this one. Going to have our arms out. Rinda's feet are in my way, so I'm being careful about that. But we've got our knees up. So we're going to bring one of our feet and stick it straight up, and let's point that toe towards the sky. So let's pull it back. Let's try to keep it up straight. We're pointing up towards the sky. Other leg is slightly folded. It's just not good to have it all the way down. Now let's pull that toe back to us so that we're now working on the other part of our lower leg, the rest of the muscles that are there. So we'll really be feeling it in there. I know I am, trying to pull that toe back in there. We're going to switch legs now. Let's get the other leg up. Let's point that toe as best we can straight up. I'm having a little bit of cramping in my foot as I was doing that. I don't think I have been getting enough hydration. I tell you hydrate, and then I forget to do it. And I was kind of feeling it a little bit. Not too bad, just enough to know that, hey, I need to pick up the hydration. Let's pull that toe back into you now to get those muscles stretching back there. It's got to be feeling good. I just know that it's got to be feeling good for you. It's helping. You're getting there. I don't know what Rinda's doing with both legs. She's showing off, I think. So, but she's feeling good, which is great. After all that she's done and some of the twingy feelings that she's had, she's still able to continue to exercise and bouncing right back. And it's a great feeling to know that what we're doing is helping us feel better. That's really the point here, is that we're feeling better and better. So let's start doing some deep breathing. You see, that's what I'm doing here. In through our nose, out through our mouth. Breathing in and relax. So let's just be relaxing. Do that a little bit, a couple breaths. So let's keep doing that breathing. Let's go into the child pose, however you have to adapt it. And I got kind of wound up in my cord, which is not a good thing. I've got to get myself some wireless mics one of these days. So let's go into the child pose. Nice relaxation technique. I'm even going to scratch Rinda's foot. I don't know if she's liking that or not, but and then Oliver wants to get into the action. He thinks this is his time. We're down on the floor. We're with him. Go ahead and stay down there a little bit more. This is where I do the end of the video talk, and what I'm saying to you, I appreciate you being here with me for this Regenerate, Don't Degenerate exercise program. Thank you so much. And please, talk to your friends. Let them know that this is a great opportunity to have some encouragement for exercise, some great exercises, things that are going to help you. This isn't some gym where you have to be afraid. This is a place you can come to be safe, where you can exercise and you can feel good. So thanks a lot for watching, and until tomorrow, regenerate, don't degenerate. Thank you very much.